Hey, what's up? All right, let's get it going today or tonight, this morning, whatever you want to call it. All right, so you guys know it was announced this weekend, or yeah, it was announced around Friday that Errol Spence will be taking on Manny Pacquiao August 21st, Las Vegas, venue yet to be determined. More than likely it'll be either the T-Mobile or what's up? It'll be either the T-Mobile Arena or the MGM Granny. I know Manny likes to fight at the MGM Grand, so it probably will be at the MGM Grand. Now I wonder how much money or what the purses is going to be for this fight. At the end of the day, some shady shit got did. You know, because all of a sudden they basically reinstated Manny Pacquiao and gave him his status as WBA super champion. Now, they had no intentions on doing it when it was leaked out that he was possibly going to fight Bud. Now, this is why I know that Bud shit was capped. Because why wouldn't they have did it for Bud? But at the end of the day, once again, it is what it is. A lot of niggas just get mad because they think I'm supposed to sit up here and suck up to PBC and not call it like right down the middle and stuff and act like no funny business is going on and shit. But, it's cool. Ain't worried about it. So, and I gotta say this about Lomachenko's team and his fans. Like, some idiot came on my channel talking about he thought Lomachenko should have won that fight. You know what I'm saying? Or at the very least, it was a draw. I'm so tired. What's up? I am so tired of these dumbass fans, especially the Lomachenko fans that's just in denial about him losing that fight. He got beat. He got beat by Teofimo Lopez. He lost that fight, and his fans need to accept it. How in the hell is that draw when he lost the first 6 rounds? And then people say, well, Manny finished strong after the 6th round. Like I said, best case scenario 9-3 Teofimo Lopez. Worst case 8-4. Teofimo clearly won the last 2 rounds. And they just make the rounds that Lomachenko won, he clearly dominated. It's just like, man, stop it. And Virgil Ortiz, he was funny too, because he tried to say that he thought that fight could have been a draw with Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. I'm sorry, as much as I like Jose Ramirez, he didn't win that fight. He did not win that fight. Josh Taylor won that fight going away. The rounds that Josh Taylor won, he dominated. He won a dominant 7-5. Jose Ramirez won, best case scenario 5 rounds, worst case scenario 4 rounds. But Josh Taylor won that fight. And it looked like he was on the verge of stopping Ramirez. So I don't know why, but that's funny. I will give the Mexicans all the credit in the world, because they will stick up for they will stick up for they will stick up for their people. So I give them all the credit in the world. I'll be back. I'll be back on Saturday. Yeah, I'll be back on Saturday. I'll be out there for Haney Linares. I'll be back there on Saturday. Yeah, but that was just hilarious, man. Taylor won that fight. He won that fight. I had a 7-5 Josh Taylor. Like I said, he won a dominant, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the scorecards was, but he won the fight. Make no mistakes about that. He won the fight. You cannot deny that he won the fight. But like I said, I give the Mexicans credit for standing by their guy. But Ramirez did not win that fight. Like I said, it looked like he was on the verge of getting stopped. So, like I said, he fought his ass off. He fought with heart. He was like, I'm not getting stopped, and that's cool. Probably not. Probably not. It's just not enough time. There's just not enough time. Because, the thing is that Atlanta stuff, that's a weekend thing. So, the fly to Atlanta and stuff and try to get back. Yeah, I probably won't be at that one. But I will definitely be at Wilder Fury 3. And if all goes well, I should be at Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. From what I hear, the tickets are going to go on sale this week. I hope PBC don't do nothing stupid to where they try to put both Manny Pacquiao and then Wilder versus Fury 3 tickets like on sale in the same week. But Wilder Fury 3 is going to be at Allegiant Stadium. So we talking about possibly, 70,000 people at a football stadium. Now, hopefully Top Rank don't screw people over, and charge these astronomous prices for these tickets. Because what happened yesterday was everybody was complaining about like trying to get tickets. Everybody was complaining about how the tickets were sold. They'd had limited space. They just, man, I was just like, wow. But I saw it anyway. I mean, I got to do my thing. I went out there to cover that fight. I got in, you know what I'm saying? I got in close proximity. I was like, well, you need to come to Vegas. I mean, most of the people was walking around with no mask on. I mean, you really don't have to wear no mask if you don't want to. So, I mean, if me, I was still wearing my mask. Most of the people that was there wasn't wearing no mask. It's like, it's mandatory. It's not mandatory. It's not mandated. Even though they said it wasn't supposed to be like, official till like June the 1st, but they ain't wearing no masks out there. There's people walking around, they ain't wearing no mask. But I did go do a little shopping. I did go to the Ross that's on the strip, got me some jeans and stuff that I'm probably gonna wear to the fight. Well, it all depends on how they, it all depends on how those fights sell. Because what they could do a lot of times, you have people that scoop up the tickets right away and then they put them right back and then they resell them. But you talking about trying to move like 65, 70,000 tickets. Now, the funny thing about the Canelo fight, the tickets was cheap. The cheapest Canelo ticket was like $70. And you only had to buy one ticket. Like what they was doing with like when I went to see Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia, they made you have to buy 2 tickets. And you got to do the same thing for the Devin Haney fight. You know, you got to buy like 2 tickets. But I supposed to be credentialed for that fight. So, you know, I was supposed to be getting credentialed for that fight. So, you know, I need to let you in on a little secret. Sometimes to the fight, they'll let you just watch the fight for free. Especially if they want to fill up seats and stuff. So, you know. Well, but they saying Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence tickets is supposed to go on sale maybe the end of the week. But Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is official for July the 24th. So, you know, one thing about me is pay week. So maybe Thursday morning I'll grab some tickets, but I'm definitely gonna get my plane tickets like this week. So, matter of fact, soon as I get to the house, I'm gonna start checking for flights for both Manny Pacquiao and Wilder Fury 3. Yeah, well, boxing's starting to get back. Well, I mean, things starting to get back to normal, period. You know, things starting to get back to normal, period. Which I think a lot of us is just over all of the shit. Well, I'm sorry, Vegas Mark. I'm sorry. I'm still gonna be wearing my mask. You know, jab or no jab, at least for the rest of the year. At least for the rest of the year, until the pills come out. They're gonna have some pills that's gonna come out, and basically they're gonna be just like Tylenol. You know, so I'll wait till the pills come out. Because as far as that jab go, I don't think so. Yeah, Kobe, I'm going to wear my mask probably at least the rest of this year. Probably the rest of this year. At least, like I said, the pills, like the treatment pills supposed to come out like around in between December and February. Oh, you got the plug. You got the plug, Kobe. Hey, just get in touch with CJ. We gonna have to talk about that off these streams and shit. So, you know, we gotta talk about that later on. You gotta be cool with that, man. You gotta be cool with that. I don't even want to get I gotta be cool with that. But yeah, my package. Also, I got my package from Jordan today, so I got a sneaker review. Well, actually, it's from Nike. You know, I hit on the app, so I got a review coming up in about an hour of some Jordans that I'm going to do. So, you know, I did hit on the app. I forgot I even hit on the app because I had to get out of here. Yeah, you got to hit. Yeah, we can't talk about that on here. We can't talk about that on here. That's later on. So, you know, you got to hit CJ up, and then we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, CJ, I broke him in. I showed him how to get interviews and stuff. I can't afford no flight. I can't afford no flight club. That well, I could, but I'm not paying no $1,000 for no kicks. If I can't get them, you know what I'm saying? If I can't get them through the stores or through a raffle, like I said, worst case scenario, if I really need them that bad, I outsource them. Yeah, it was on the fluke. So yeah, he just called me and said he was, coming through. So I just told him to come to the hotel, and I just showed him, how to get his interviews. I gotta say this about Josh Taylor, and this is just real talk. I gotta give him credit. He seemed like he a cool dude, and this is what I'll be saying, and this is what pissed me off for those who follow my channel. Like I said before, it always seemed like I don't have no problem getting interviews with people that don't look like me or look like us. Virgil Ortiz got an interview, no problem. Mikey Garcia, interview, no problem. Josh Taylor kept giving me footage, but with the exception, Jared Hurd, that's a good dude. Yeah, the Ramirez family, they cool. They out of Fresno. And like I said before, every time I try to interview a brother, I gotta go through some stupid stuff. So yeah, Josh Taylor was in. You know what, Kobe? You need to just try to see can you make it out here for Wilder. Just see can you make it out here for Wilder Fury 3. Yeah, I already know some of the brothers is the ones that be acting all stupid. Then who you with? Who you with? And then when you say who you with, oh man, I don't mess with them. So like I said before, that's why. But yeah, shout out to Virgil Ortiz, man. Tyson Fury, we couldn't get Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury, he snuck out of there. He snuck out of there. I don't know what way he came in, but he snuck out of there. Tim Bradley, he give you his usual condescending interview, but Tim Bradley is just funny. That's just how he is. And Stitch Duran always get an interview with him because he's from the town. So, so I always get an interview with Stitch. That's just easy peasy. But I got something coming up on Tuesday. I'm trying to set up some more interviews on Tuesday. Like I said, man, I'm trying to work on getting some other people on here. I'm trying to work on getting Bud on here. Hopefully I can get Bud on here sooner than later. I'm working on that right now. So keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully I can get Bud on here and talk about what's going to be the next move for him. Like I said before, me myself, if I'm Terrence Crawford, I might as well just go on and fight, Ortiz. Just get it over with. You know what I'm saying? Fight Ortiz, beat him, try to stop him, keep your knockout streak at 147 going. Hey, what's going on? I don't think Josh Taylor is gonna fight Bud right away. I know that Bob Arum is talking about Josh Taylor and Bud in September, but I just got a sneaky suspicion that Josh Taylor's gonna fight one more fight at 140 because he got to fight that other guy. Well, here we go. A PBC apologist. Well, we'll fix that right away. We will fix that right away. So, yep, I don't play that shit. So I don't got time to be dealing with no PBC nut huggers. Zero tolerance today. So either you gonna talk like you got some sense or your ass gonna get ran up out of here. So we gonna have some normal boxing talk, and that's just real talk. We gonna talk like adults, not fanboys. Okay? So but yeah, I don't think Josh Taylor's gonna fight Bud right away. I think he gonna have one title defense at 140, and then, you know, then he'll move up. But yeah, Taylor, I gotta say this. I seen some stuff with Taylor that I liked, and then I seen some stuff with Taylor that I didn't like. But you know, Taylor's one of them front foot fighters as well. He just like he can't fight off the ropes. What he'll do is he'll just grab you. And he don't seem like he a good counter puncher neither. Homeboy got a lot of flaws. He got some flaws as well, but hey bro, not today, man. I'm not talking about Terrence Crawford's drawing power. I'm not trying to hear this stuff. I'm talking about strictly next opponent, all that stuff. I'm not talking about no, oh, this is why he should take this amount of money versus Errol Spence. I'ma ask you nicely. Don't do it. Because I already just got rid of one dude. So we not talking about Bud's drawing power and all that kind of stuff, because Bud sold like 11,000 seats versus Jeff Horn. He sold out Lincoln, Nebraska. He sold out his hometown. You know, you just need the right opponent. Okay? So I'm not trying to talk about Bud need to leave and go to the PBC. We talking about opponents. We talking about skill set. No PBC fanboys here. You've been warned, and I'm only gonna tell your ass once. You say something about that again, I'm gonna have somebody clap your ass. Are we clear? Hey Kobe, if this dude say something about Bud's drawing power and all this stupid shit, clap his ass with the quickness. We're not talking about none of that bullshit. But yeah, getting back to Taylor, like I said, I was impressed with what I saw with Taylor to box. But like I said before, he got flaws like every other boxer. He's not unbeatable, because you can make an argument that Regis beat. One thing about Taylor, you can jab the shit out of Taylor. Regis had a lot of success with his jab. And one thing about Taylor, he can't counterpunch. It's a difference between a counterpuncher and then a dude that resets. Resets when you back up and come back in. Counterpunching is when you throwing a punch after a punch. But he nice. And by the way, he ain't no 5'9", because when I say I stood right next to him and I'm 5'11", he looked like he was the same height as me. So Josh Taylor is not, he's not 5'9". He's not 5'9". So I'm just telling you that right now. Yeah, he'll grab you. He'll grab you to try to like offset your offense. Well, that's what Ramirez family was talking about. But at the end of the day, clinching is legal until the referee say otherwise. Now you can get docked points for excessive clinching. Did the clinching get a little out of hand with Taylor? I wouldn't, probably not, but it was enough for the referee to kind of keep an eye. But it wasn't like what Kevin Samuels would say, in the danger zone. You're in the danger zone. See, that's the problem. Josh Taylor was doing a lot of clinching, so he ended up in the danger zone. He was on the verge of possibly getting docked points. But yeah, he nice though. Like Josh Taylor, he nice. I was impressed. I was impressed with his boxing ability, but he can be beat. He can be beat. Do Robert Garcia ever make those adjustments when he fights those kind of guys? Robert Garcia has always struggled against like boxer guys. Now, when it comes to like brawlers, like yeah, he'll give you good advice. That's why I'm saying if Virgil Ortiz fights Bud and Bud start teeing off on him, when Bud starts teeing off on Virgil Ortiz probably after the third round, I bet you Robert Garcia ain't what to do. He just gonna keep telling them to just get in there. Cause he didn't know what, all he did when he fought Errol Spence, he was like, don't make me do something I don't want to do. He was there, but he didn't. So yeah, Robert Garcia, he's always like struggled against like boxers. But yeah, Taylor, he nice. He nice. He nice. I think I got a lot of his fans that subscribe to my channel because I gave him a lot of coverage and stuff. But like I said, you supposed to go cover an undisputed fight. That was undisputed. And he did it in like 18, 19 fights. But here's the thing about Josh Taylor, though. You know the reason why they trying to set him up with some big fights? Because Josh Taylor is 30. So he kind of getting up there. He kind of getting up there in age. So they kind of got to start getting this dude going. Which ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why they gonna try to move him full steam ahead. Because he 30 years old. Yeah, he nice. Yeah, Pratt, he nice. He nice. But they got to get him going. He 30 years old. He can't wait like 3 years down the line to try to fight some of these bigger names. They're going to try to get him in the ring with some of these dudes now. I gave an assessment of how Taylor would fare versus some of the I don't think Taylor, I don't think he can beat Bud. Bud stops him. I don't think he can beat Spence. I don't think he can beat Porter. Danny Garcia, he beats Danny Garcia. Keith Thurman, that's up in the air because the version of Keith Thurman that I've seen, Taylor probably beats that version of Keith Thurman. But I want to see Taylor's chin like really tested. And I saw some signs that Taylor, I don't think he got a weak chin, but I see that he could be hit, and I see he could be hurt. Oh, you ain't got to worry, Pratt, about Bud getting robbed versus Taylor, because Bud is gonna stop him. It ain't even go. Bud is stopping Taylor within 7 rounds. Bud is stopping Taylor within seconds. Because one thing about Bud is a championship caliber wrestler. So when Taylor try to do all that clinching and stuff, Bud is just gonna lift him up. Bud is deceptively strong. You ain't got to worry about Bud getting robbed, because Bud is gonna stop Taylor. He gonna stop Taylor. Oh yeah, he'll beat the hell out of Lopez. He'll beat the hell out of Lopez. He'll beat him down. I would go with, like I said before, I think Taylor would give Keith Thurman fits. But Sean is too rugged for Taylor. Sean would beat Taylor at his own game, roughing him up. Taylor don't fight good off the ropes neither. So that would play into Sean's hands. Y'all, Tank versus Josh Taylor? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If Al Heyman won't make Bud versus Errol Spence, what makes you think he gonna put Tank in the ring with Taylor? That's not gonna end. Hey, I'm just telling you right now, that's not gonna end well for Tank. That's not gonna end well for Tank if he try to fight Josh Taylor. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm not stupid, okay? I'm black, but I'm not stupid. Tank can't fuck with Josh Taylor. I'm keeping that a buck. Floyd and Al Heyman would never. Well, then again, I don't know about Floyd. Floyd might would do something like that. Floyd probably would do something like that. Cause Floyd don't want people to have the shine he had. I wouldn't be surprised if Floyd would try to send Tank over to Josh Taylor. I wouldn't be surprised if he would try to feed Tank to Josh Taylor. So I wouldn't put nothing past Floyd. Okay, keep in mind Floyd was rooting for Tyson Fury over Deontay Wilder. Like I said, let's not be. Hey, we could be black, but let's not be stupid. Okay. Just let's not be stupid. Okay. Tank can't see Taylor right now. That's not a good idea, because if Leo Santa Cruz for the first 3 rounds was outboxing Tank, and you got Josh Taylor that is a pure boxer, and he got a little bit of pop in his punch, that's not a good fight for Tank. And I'm telling you now, Al Heyman wouldn't make that fight, but Floyd, I don't put nothing past Floyd. Floyd would do some shit like that. Let's not be stupid, okay? Like I said, let's keep it a buck. That's not a good look. That's not a good look for Tank. When I say that he would get embarrassed by Taylor, he would get embarrassed. Unless Tank just start with a relentless body attack to break Taylor down to set up the uppercut from hell, then that's the only way. But Taylor gonna keep Tank at bay. But yeah, don't even worry about it. That fight That fight ain't even gonna happen. That fight ain't even gonna happen. I think Tank is gonna have a hard time with Barrios, to be honest with you. A lot of people think that this is gonna be a cakewalk, but I don't think so. I will be surprised if Tank dominates Mario Barrios from beginning to end. Because Tank is not a boxer puncher. Tank is a brawler puncher boxer. He likes to brawl before he tries to box. So like I said before, I think what you need to watch out for the first 2.5, 3 rounds of Mario Barrios is he gonna try to utilize his height. Because if he fight like how Brandon Figueroa fought against Nery, where he fought down to Nery, then he could possibly have a long night or a short night. He may have a short night. Because Brandon Figueroa could have set up Nery to knock him out within 4 rounds if he had used his range and utilized his jab. But he wanted to go in there and, he wanted to go in there and brawl. I mean, it worked out for him eventually, but at the end of the day, he could have won easier. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. He wanted to fight Mexican style, and Mexican style caused him to take punishment that he didn't necessarily have to take. Like I said, I knew Brandon was gonna stop Nery, but what I saw was he could have stopped him easier if he would have used his height to his advantage. You squinching down to try to fight a dude in a phone booth fight, and you clearly taller than the dude, you need to use your jab to keep him at bay. Bop, 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 pepper him with the jab. Regis versus AB could show up on one of these undercards. It could show up. Gabriel Flores Jr. told me out of his own mouth that he fighting on Tyson Fury, the Tyson Fury Wilder undercard. I wonder if they're gonna try to make some more. PBC / top rank matches. Probably not. But yeah, Gabriel Flores told me that he fighting on the undercard. Probably what they're gonna do is they're gonna have 2 top ranked fighters versus each other. Then they're gonna have 2 PBC fighters versus each other. I know Chris Colbert got Gamboa coming up. They need to put Jamal James on that card. Well, they talking about Regis versus Adrian Broner could be possibly a card of his own. But I think Regis versus Adrian Broner, man, that'd be a hell of a co-main event for Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. That'd be a hell of. When I say that would be a hell of a co-main event, man, when I say that'll be, man, if they could get that going. But I heard Triller is interested in that fight. But from what I heard, Al Heyman may not let his fighters go back on there. And I'm gonna tell you another reason why why Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao got made. Because basically, from what I heard, Fox was on the PBC's helmet. That's just real. Oh yeah, let me talk about this right quick before. Let me talk about this before I end the stream. Now, there are rumors surfacing that Canelo may be interested in a fight with Andre Ward at a catchweight. Well, that would be typical of Canelo. That would be typical of Canelo to try to fight a guy that haven't fought in 4 years. That would be very typical of him to try to fight Andre Ward, who hasn't fought in 4 years. But Andre Ward been secretly training, because I just saw him on Saturday. Because Andre Ward is basically like, all Canelo got to do is call his name. And I'm telling you right now, Dre sees something besides the Clint Bruderall that shows that he could beat Canelo. And one thing about Andre Ward is not going to let you pimp him in negotiations. But this has been circling for a minute. You just heard Virgil Hunter say that Canelo would have to turn into an animal to beat Andre Ward. My thing is, what weight class they gonna fight at? What, a catch weight of 170 or something? Because Canelo said he not moving back up to 175. He said at all. Now his trainer want him to move back up to 175. Hey, they they wanted to move up to 175 next year so Canelo can fight Artur Beterbiev. Because Artur Beterbiev will be like 38 next year. Typical. Trying to age Artur Beterbiev out. Are they hoping that they can age him out? I'm like, this is just when I say this is textbook Canelo always trying to look for an angle. But at the end of the day, Andre Ward would beat Canelo. And it wouldn't even be close. When I say it wouldn't be close, it wouldn't even be close. You know, I hear a lot of Canelo fans saying, oh, well, what has Andre Ward done and all this kind of stuff. Like, man, stop it. Like, cut the shit. Like, cut it. But me, myself, I don't think Canelo is going to try to fight Andre Ward. And then if Canelo do try to set up a fight with Andre Ward, like I said, Canelo is going to try to control everything. He's going to try to control the weight. He's going to try to control all that stuff. But make no mistake, Andre Ward winning that fight. He going to beat Canelo. Because like I said, Canelo, he was struggling against Sergey Kovalev. He had a hard time dealing with Sergey Kovalov's jab. And if Sergey Kovalev would have been following up with a lead right, because I know that he hit Canelo with like a right hand, and Canelo's shit woke up. Like, Canelo was like, I do not want to keep getting hit with these. But I'm staying in tune with this. You never know. But yeah, Canelo ain't beat no Andre Ward. That's just fact. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.